بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. This yaqeen is such a important constituent in our lives that no matter what external factors ibadat amal has, if he loses this yaqeen, he's lost a lot. Like a person has an entire house, an entire structure, all the appliances. If there's no current in it, then it's literally useless. So for this yaqeen, Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam, whether at home in Medina Munawwara or on Safar, effort was made on the hearts of Sahabah. Hazrat Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu was a 10-year-old youngster. While they were traveling, kuntu khalfan Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam yawman. I was on a conveyance with the Nabi of Allah, a 10-year-old boy. Can we imagine his memory? And we can imagine Nabi alayhi salam never restricted effort, that it's only when you get a certain age. Effort on the youth is needed all the time. فَقَالَ يَا غُلَامِ إِنِّي أُعَلِّمُكَ كَلِمَاتٍ. Oh my beloved son, I'm going to teach you some words. فَاحْفَظُوهُنَّ. Remember it well. احْفَظِ اللَّهَ يَحْفَظْكَ. Protect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you. If you want protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you have to protect Allah. How? بِمُلَازَمَةِ تَقْوَاهُ. Adopt taqwa. Obey Allah. Fear Allah. وَإِجْتِنَابُ النَّوَاهِ. And stay away from the forbidden things. Just through taqwa. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Everybody is looking for openings from all the hardships and difficulties that they are in. Allah will open up for you. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. The greatest problem, every person is looking for solution in wealth, in risk, in sustenance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him sustenance from sources he can never fathom or imagine. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. From all hardships Allah will bring ease. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ. Besides dunyawi problems, يُكَفِّرْ عَنْهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِ. Allah will erase the sins. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يُعْظِمْ لَهُ أَجْرًا. On taqwa, Allah will multiply, Allah will give you reward. But احفظ الله. First, protect Allah. Protect the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَحْفَظْكَ فِي نَفْسِكَ وَأَهْلِكَ وَدُنْيَاكَ وَدِينِكَ. Ulama explain, Allah will protect you, Allah will protect your family, Allah will protect your dunya, Allah will protect your deen. لَا سِيَمًا عِنْدَ الْمَوْتِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also give you protection at the time of death where you will need it most. إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with those who are the muttaqeen. احفظ الله تجده تجاهك. Remember this rule, O my youngster. You will find Allah in front of you. You will find Allah with you. So much so that when you have the ma'iyat and you have the proximity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِذَا سَأَلْتَ فَاسْأَلِ اللَّهِ. Then whenever you have a problem, you know, I cannot go to any door, I cannot go to any avenue, I cannot turn to anybody else besides my Allah. فَاسْأَلِ. Your hand should only go to Allah. وَإِذَا اسْتَعَنْتَ. You need assistance, then don't turn to anybody else. فَاسْتَعِنْ بِاللَّهِ. Turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ustad Abi al-Hasan al-Shadli used to say, أَيْسْتُ مِن نَفْعِ نَفْسِي لِنَفْسِي. I lost hope in me benefiting my own self. Sometimes we rely on our own power, our own strength, our own authority, our own intellect. So he said, I lost hope in me benefiting myself. فَكَيْفَ لَا أَيْأَسُ مِن نَفْعِ غَيْرِ نَفْسِي. How can I still have hope and raja from any being other than my Allah? وَرَجَوْتُ اللَّهَ لِغَيْرِ فَكَيْفَ لَا أَرْجُوهُ لِنَفْسِي. And I had hope that Allah would be imbibed in everybody else's hearts. I wanted everybody else to find this great Allah. How can I not have hope that I find my Allah, وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. If you find Allah, then Allah is sufficient for you. As Al-Hasan wrote to Umar bin Abdul Aziz, said, لَا تَسْتَعِنْ بِغَيْرِهِ تَعَالَى. Do not seek any help in anybody else besides Allah. If you do that, you will become subservient to that which you are seeking help to. O my youngster, وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّ الْأُمَّةَ لَوْ اجْتَمَعَتْ عَلَىٰ أَن يَنْفَعُكَ بِشَيْءٍ لَمْ يَنْفَعُكَ إِلَّا بِشَيْءٍ قَدْ كَتَبَهُ اللَّهُ لَكَ. Remember, benefit is from Allah, harm is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If somebody wants to benefit you and Allah has decided harm, then nobody can help you. Whether it's food, whether it's the banks, whether it's people, whether it's the doctors, if Allah has decided harm, whether it's disease, whether it's sickness, whether it's 5G, whether it's chips, whatever the entire world decide to do, remember benefit and harm. وَإِنِ اجْتَمَعُوا عَلَىٰ يَضُرُّوكَ بِشَيْءٍ لَمْ يَضُرُّوكَ إِلَّا بِشَيْءٍ قَدْ كَتَبَهُ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكَ. What my Allah has decided and decreed, only that will fall, in only that will happen. وَإِن يَمْسَسْكَ اللَّهُ بِضُرٍّ. Allah has decided harm to come to you, فَلَا كَاشِفَ لَهُ إِلَّا هُ. And if Allah has decided good to come to you, then all the superpowers on earth, all the technologies on earth, all of mankind can get together and want to harm you. Nobody can touch that person. In some kitabs it has been written, وَعِزَّتِي وَجَلَالِي لَأُقَطِّعَنَّ أَمَلَ مَن يُؤَمِّلُ غَيْرِي. Whoever's hope is in any being besides Allah, I will break the ambitions. وَلَأَلْبِسَنَّهُ ثَوْبَ الْمَذَلَّةِ عِنْدَ النَّاسِ. I will humiliate him and I will stop him, I will prevent him from getting close to me, that he will try, and I will remove him from my list of my close servants, and he will be worried and he will be surprised what is happening, because his hope is in غَيْرِي فِي الشَّدَائِدِ. In conditions his heart is still going to other people. وَالشَّدَائِدْ بِيَدِهِ. Conditions are in my hands. وَأَنَّ الْحَيِّ الْقَيُّومِ. I am the one that is in control of all situations, and he is knocking أبواب غيري. He still has the audacity to go to other people's doors. وَبِيَدِي مَفَاتِيحُ الْأَبْوَابِ. Yet I hold the keys to all doors. I hold the keys to the doors of others that you go into also. وَيَا مُغْلَقَةٌ. Those doors are closed. Run to whoever you want to. وَبَابِي مَفْتُوحٌ لِمَنْ دَعَانِي. My door is open to those who turn to me, whose attention goes to Allah. Allah is saying, I will open up. رُفِيَتِ الْأَقْلَامِ وَجُفَّتِ الصُّحُفِ. That this has been decided in destiny and taqdeer. So accept what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has offered you. احفظ الله. Another riwayat, تجده أمامك. تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء. Don't only remember Allah in difficulties, remember Allah in all conditions. يَعْرِفْكَ فِي الشِّدَّةِ. Then when you are in difficulties, when you are in hardship, Allah will recognize you. They say there's two conditions where a servant recognizes Allah. One is the general people, where they just bring Imaan in Allah and they know that Allah. But the second one is khassa, where هِيَ الْإِنْقِطَعُ إِلَيْهِ وَالْأُنْسُ بِهِ. That where your heart is connected to Allah, you're familiar with Allah, وَالطَّمَانِينَةُ بِذِكْرِهِ, and you are contented with Allah. And in all conditions your heart goes to Allah. And Allah to His servants has two conditions. One is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is informed of the amal of His servants, وَخَاصَّةً, and special attention, وَهِيَ مَحَبَّتُهُ لِعَبْدِهِ, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves His servants, Allah is close to that servant. وَإِجَابَةُ دُعَائِهِ, and when he makes dua, Allah accepts his dua. وَإِنْ جَاءُوا مِنَ الشَّدَائِدِ, and in any condition, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes that difficulty. وَعَلَمْ أَنَّ مَا أَخْطَأَكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُصِيبَكَ وَمَا أَصَابَكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُخْطِئَكَ. What had to come will come. People have this phobia Yes, precautions need to be taken, but everything is from Allah. When it happens, turn to Allah. And remember, وَعْلَمْ أَنَّ النَّسْ, if you want the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, مَعَ الصَّبْرِ, that you have to be patient. مِنَ اللَّهِ لِلْعَبْدِ عَلَى جَمِيعَ دَاعِ دِينِي وَدُنْيَاهُ. That when you are patient and all conditions you know is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah's help from all your enemies, from all your problems of dunya and akhirat, you are guaranteed from Allah. And be patient, ala ta'atillah, no matter what condition you're in. Don't abuse, don't abandon deen, don't abuse the situation and go into ma'asiyat and disobedience. But when conditions come to you, then you should turn more to Allah. وَإِنَّ الْفَرَجَ مَعَ الْكَرْبِ, and you have to give some sacrifice if you want Allah's help. وَأَنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, and no matter how difficult, what conditions are on you, remember, after difficulty comes ease. So we need to make effort on this yaqeen and Imaan and attention to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One great Shaykh was making tawaf in a haram. After he finished the tawaf, a Shaykh came to him, the Khalifa, and said that whatever requisitions you have, I will fulfill it. He said, I'm in front of the Baytullah, I feel shy. Wait till I come out of the haram. When he came out of the haram, he said, what do you need? The Shaykh said, you're asking me for deen or dunya. He said, obviously deen I cannot fulfill. So he told the Khalifa, if you're saying I must ask you for my dunyawi needs, till today I never asked Allah for dunya. Why should I ask you for dunya? So effort on this Iman and Yaqeen, where our hearts are directly connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maulana Yusuf rahmatullahi say, Sawal qabr mein baqadar ilm nahi hoga. The questioning in the grave will not be according to the amount of knowledge that you had and how much volumes of books that you read. Balke baqadar yaqeen, you will give answers in the grave according to your yaqeen. When Nabi alayhi salam was in the cave and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was there, he said, لَوْ أَنَّ أَحَدَهُمْ نَظَرَ تَحْتَ قَدَمَيْهِ لَأَبْصَرَنَا. If they just look below us, they will see us. مَا ظَنُّكَ يَا أَبَا بَكْرٍ بِإِثْنَيْنِ اللَّهُ ثَالِثُهُمَا. Two people, Allah is the third. Abu Bakr, what you worrying? Nabi alayhi salam was once in one place and somebody came and they wanted to assassinate him. So he took the sword and he was going, put it by the face of Nabi alayhi salam and said, May yamna'uka minni, who's going to help you? He put the sword in front of him. Now I can kill you. Now I can assassinate you. Qala Allah thalathan. Nabi alayhi salam said, Allah 3 times. Ulama explain, كأنه صلى الله عليه وسلم عاد هذا اللفظ ثلاثا تلذذا به. He could have just said, Allah, Allah is with me. But he took so much pleasure. When you enjoy something, you want a second, then you want the third. When this person heard this, there was so much nur and tajalli. سَقَطَ السَّيْفْ مِنْ يَدِهِ. He started trembling. The sword fell from his hand. فَأَخَذَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ السَّيْفِ. Nabi alayhi salam took the sword and he said, مَنْ يَمْنَعُكَ مِنِّي. Now who's going to protect you? So he said, كُنْ خَيْرَ آخِذٍ كُنْ خَيْرَ آخِذٍ. Oh, I'm a captive of yours now. Be a good person and be nice. Help me out. I'm in a problem. Sorry, I made a mistake. Ibn Sayyidin Nas used to say, ثُمَّ أَسْلَمَ. He became a Muslim. ثُمَّ جَاءَ قَوْمَهُ يَدْعُوهُمْ إِلَى الْإِسْلَامِ. And just by the hearing the words Allah and the akhlaq of Janabi Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he accepted Islam. He went back to his people and he invited them to Allah. This is when we have the right fikr and when we recognize Allah, it will transcend to other people. Otherwise a person will think so they have everything and they will have pride. Man arafa nafsahu faqad arafa rabbahu. Yahya ibn Mu'az used to say, whoever has recognized himself will recognize Allah. If you recognize how insignificant you are and how small you are, you will recognize how great Allah is. Yet this insan has guts to have pride. Hasan Basri used to say, أَجِبْتُ لِمَنْ يَغْسِلْ الْحِذَا بِيَدِهِ مَرَّةً أَوْ مَرَّتَيْن كُلَّ يَوْمٍ. I am amazed at a person who has to clean his shoes, means cleans dirt daily. كَيْفَ يَتَكَبَّرْ عَلَى النَّاسِ أَوْ عَلَى. How can he ever have guts to be proud and arrogant in front of people? Oh, Allah. Jabbaris samawati wal ard, the controller of the heavens and the earth. How can he have pride? Ahnaf used to say, Ajibtu liman jarafi majral bawl marratain kayfa yatakabbar. I'm amazed that a person passes through 2 passages of urine, yet he has pride. He has passed through 2 passages of urine and he still has pride. Mulab was passing once by Malik bin Dinar with arrogance. So Malik said, Ama alimta annaha mashiyatun yakrahu Allah. This walking is a walking which Allah despises. So he replied, Ama ta'arifuni, I'm the great Hazrat, I'm the great Sheikh, I'm famous, don't you see, don't you know me? He said, Bala, sure, I know who you are. Awwaluka nutfatun madhirah. Your beginning is a spoiled, putrid form of sperm. وَآخِرُكَ جِيفٌ كَذِرَةٌ. And your end is a dirty, contaminated corpse. وَبَيْنَ ذَلِكَ تَحْمِلُ الْعَذِرَةِ. And between those 2 stages, you carry excreta. You're an instrument of carrying excreta. فَانْكَسَرَ. He became humble, he realized his reality. وَقَالَ الْآنَ عَرَفْتَنِي حَقَّ الْمَعَرِفَةِ. Oh Malik, you are the few people on this earth who have recognized who I am. For us to recognize this Allah, we have to recognize how many flaws we have. This insan is filled with weakness. خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. This insan is filled with haste and rush. خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانِ مِنْ عَجَلٍ. He just wants to rush. This insan bases his opinion on just simple thought processes which are flawed. Just his thoughts. يَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ وَمَا تَهْوَى الْأَنفُسِ. This insan is filled with remorse and grief. إِنَّهُ لَيَأُوسٌ كَفُورٌ. And he rejects Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَاهُ نَعْمًا. We give him bounties after difficulties. His condition changes. لَفَرِهٌ فَخُورٌ. Sometimes he's elated, sometimes he's proud, and sometimes he's arrogant. But he disobeys and he denies this Allah. وَكَأَيٍّ مِّنْ آيَةٍ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ يَمُرُّونَ عَلَيْهَا وَهُمْ عَنْهَا مُعْرِضُونَ. All these signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in front of him, yet he denies it. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Yet they don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are a zalim oppressor and you reject. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَظَلُومٌ كَفَّارٌ. So much bounties, yet you oppress and you reject in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانَ عَجُولًا. You are in haste. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ أَكْثَرَ شَيْءٍ جَدَلًا. You fight for everything. خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا is impatient. جَزُوعًا worried and concerned. مَنُوعًا stingy. قَتُورًا لَا يَشْكُرُونَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. He is filled with flaws. To recognize this Allah, we have to recognize how much flaws we have. Allah give us tawfiq of making amal. One amal to do every day is try to read Surah Baqarah in a house. لا تجعلوا بيوتكم مقابر. Don't make your houses a qabristan. إن الشيطان يفر من البيت الذي يقرأ فيه سورة البقرة. Whichever house Surah Baqarah is recited, the shayateen, the jinnat run away far. But Allah gives anybody tawfiq morning and evening, always whenever we can, or in the beginning of a dua, to read لَكَ الْحَمْدُ كَمَا يَنْبَغِي لِجَلَالِ وَجْهِكَ وَعَظِيمِ سُلْطَانِكَ. One person said that the malaika were baffled and did not know how to write the reward. They went to Allah, they said, Ya Allah, your servant has said this here, we don't know what to write. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, اُكْتُبْهَا كَمَا قَالَ عَبْدِي حَتَّى يَلْقَانِي فَأَجْزِيَهُ بِهَا. Write it as he said, I will reward him on the day of Qiyamah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.